Sagittarius, this is your reading for May 2015, and this is Mano Tarot. We have Babalu, Iku, and Oshun. This is all about promises, contracts, and relationships that some way, somehow, they don't come to fruition. They don't happen. Some way, somehow, they come to an end. If it is a relationship, be it a love relationship, is going some way, somehow, is going to come to an end. If it is about a business, partnership, ventures, all that kind of stuff, something cuts that relationship. This is about promises that are not kept. And for that, there is a pataki where Babalu and Oshun, they are the main characters in this. Pataki. And he promised that he's not going to touch her. But he does. Breaking the promise. So this is all about promises that have been broken some way, somehow. Not necessarily means that a relationship, a love relationship, is going to be truncated. It means that probably your husband, your wife, your spouse made a promise, and whatever is happening, they won't be able to keep the promise. It's about promises that are not kept during May 2015. These changes are going to come quick, swiftly, suddenly. Pluto, Uranus. This is going to be very strong energy, a very strong dynamic that is going to manifest for you, my dear Sagittarius, during May 2015. We have Leo, the crown of Leo, the King of Wands, with Leo, the Sun and Pluto. So it's going to be all about identity, who you are, what you are. This is going to bring a very deep reaction with you, my dear Sagittarius. This is going to be a big change for you. And if you are related with Hades and Persephone mythology, then you know the kind of dynamic that we are also talking about. This is going to be a very strong energy. We have the Five of Cups here, that is depicting Adam and Eve when they were expelled from the paradise. But because it's upside down, we are seeing that they were not expelled. In some way, somehow, even though, I don't know how, but why, but it's a state of more of the same. The Four of Swords is letting us know that the energy is moving toward the Seven of Staff, that is about quarrels, fights, arguments, competition, envy, jealousy. That is bringing a lot of changes and dynamic into your life, my dear Sagittarius. So that could mean that even a relationship might come to an end, or a promise might come to an end. The change is not going to be as probably you thought. You're going to end up on more of the same. In other words, if you're in an abusive relationship, even though the relationship might come to an end or might change, a promise has been broken, you're going to stay in that abusive relationship that is going to be more of the same. That's technically what the tarot cards are saying. Okay? These are broken promises that some way, somehow, is going to be more of the same. In other words, there's not going to be a liberation here for you, my dear Sagittarius. It's more of the same BS. Okay? Here we have Babalu, that is related with diseases, death, and then Oshun, that is related with the abdomen, to be more specific, with ovaries, with the uterus. And then we have Pluto, Scorpio. This is all, and then we have the Sun, circulation, the blood, and fibroids, my dear. If you're a woman, fibroids, bleeding, a lot of bleeding is involved here. This time of the year, we're talking about bleeding, fibroids, polycystic ovarian syndrome, all these kind of disorders that are related with the with your genitalia and reproductive system are going to be emphasized, my dear Sagittarius, for May 2015. That's the kind of dynamic if we're talking about health-wise. Okay, genetic problems. It could be congenital or acquired, in the sense when I said acquire, I'm talking about DNA problems. Okay, mutations, cancer, in other words. That's that kind of stuff. But it's a very different kind of cancer. It's more like in the blood related. Okay, like lupus, or I forgot the other name of that you have to change the bone marrow. And that's the kind of dynamic if we're talking about health-wise, my dear Sagittarius. I know that sounds scary, but that's the energy that is coming here. Okay, relationship-wise, even though there is going to be a broken promise, things are going to stay the same way. There's not going to be a lot of changes. There's going to be a lot of fight, arguments, more of the same. And we have 1, 2, just 3 cards are upside down. There's going to be some degree of introspection, but this sounds more like some kind of involution, my dear Sagittarius. My best advice is, first of all, if you're a woman, just go to your gynecologist. Make sure that everything is well, that you're taking your medications. If you're taking medications, if you're a man, go do a checkup, please. Do a checkup. And if you're in a relationship that is abusive, you should know that even though they made a promise that they will never do it again, they will keep doing it. This is a vicious circle. That's what the tarot cards are talking about. It's a vicious circle. Promises that are made, that are made, they are broken, and then we keep on this vicious circle of promises that are made and then broken again and again. Okay, that's what we have for you, Sagittarius, May 2015.